Before I read this letter, our friends in the computer side of the house asked if I would tell a quick story. Putting out the daily summary every day for 10 or 15 years required a fairly exacting use of technology, which our computers were not always up to, and Jessica was happy to let them know it when they weren't. Literally 2 or 3 hours before he passed, he had sent a few emails and left voicemails because his computer wasn't working. So they started calling him the beta tester from hell, which he found out about and loved. This letter is from Yvonne and Ralf Heckel, the chairman of the International Space Education Intsitute and ambassadors of the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. We received word of Professor von Puttkamer's death just hours after his passing, even as we were preparing the next generation of students for the NASA moon buggy race. We were all shocked to learn of the loss of a good teacher, famous scientist, outstanding visionary, excellent engineer, and close friend. It was Christmas, and only steps away from his house and his birth in Leipzig, Saxony, Germany. The professor was, and will always be, an idol for our young generation from Germany, Russia, India, Italy, France, and Huntsville. His stories, with his power and his hints and ideas, made a deep impression into the visions of these students. He was truly a special man, so close to everybody who had the chance to meet him. Professor Dr. von Puttkamer was an icon of human spaceflight to all the people who worked and lived in the human space family at NASA, ESA, DLR, and Roscosmos. He was one of the last of a rare breed. Always hardworking, he was a man who was able to grasp the future and build upon the past. He was a man with a sound and strong opinion who always knew what his next steps would be. He was truly ahead of his time. Unfortunately, his passing leaves now a gap in the work to document daily spaceflight via the ISS status reports he provided for the benefit of all space scientists, engineers, and enthusiasts. We had the good fortune to know him as the professor, the engineer, and a friend very well for 15 years. This time was an awesome honor for us. He opened doors for our students and for us to visit the NASA centers, including KSC, Michoud Assembly Facility, JSC, MSFC, USSRC, and the founding of the International Division of the NASA Moon Buggy Race in 2007. We were able to see 3 space shuttle launches, multiple other rocket launches, to speak with the ISS crew, and were able to introduce more than 100 students to the NASA Holy Halls of the future. Hundreds more students were eagerly reading our reports. His words, "I hang my head far out the window here, don't let me hang there," was law for us as teachers and for our students. Never did we let him hang. We were able to further inspire Professor von Puttkamer by introducing him to the Korolev family and to the Russian Holy Halls of spaceflight. Yesterday, on February 3rd, 2013, we had a general meeting. We were discussing how we can honor the work of Professor von Puttkamer so that space students may benefit. We chose to found the Jesko von Puttkamer Foundation. Countless artifacts from Professor von Puttkamer and contributions from the successes of all our startup companies will form the basics of this corporate citizenship. The opening ceremony will be held on his 80th birthday, September 22nd, 2013, in Leipzig. A group of international space scientists will select the best international students who have made good results in space competitions in more than 3 different countries. They will receive cash prizes and educational support for their future. May this be a bridge into the future for all of us, in memory of Professor Dr. Jesko von Puttkamer and in deep honor for his wife Ursula, his friends from NASA, and colleagues from the whole world. We invite all interested people to become a part of this foundation. Exploration of Mars and the discovery of extraterrestrial life were his visions for the future. Now we have the responsibility to make those dreams happen. Yvonne and Ralf Heckel.